Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to another episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Daniel Shine, joined by the Predator himself, Todd Boya.
Good evening.
And Mike Kruger.
What's up, you sick motherfuckers?
So tonight we've got some more Severin Blu-ray reviews for you guys, specifically RUGGERO DEODATO. We're going to be covering his
Our first director spotlight on him.
First director spotlight, yes. Should be fun, actually. I'm curious to dive into this with you guys. I mean, we've talked DEODATO before, but we've never really. There's a lot we haven't talked about, so it should be a good time. So we'll get right into it. So our first film of the evening, brand new to Blu-ray, and we'll run down the features and everything for you guys.
Brand new to Blu-ray again.
Again, yes. The ultimate release of House on the Edge of the Park. It is a 1980 film from director DEODATO. And in this one, two low-life punks invite themselves to a party at a posh villa after being taunted by their snobbish hosts. Hold everyone hostage and subject them to various forms of torture and mayhem. Sounds like a good time for maybe not for everybody, but House on the Edge of the Park. Of course, this was his direct. The next film after Cannibal Holocaust, when he went through some interesting things that we'll touch on later. Yes, so this was a match made in heaven. We've got David Hess joining forces with Giovanni Lombardo Radice, two very unique actors, fantastic at playing psychopaths, very different from each other, but both very creepy and intimidating in their own rights. And all right, so obviously I've seen this before, but Kruger, is this the first time for you?
Yeah, this was a first time watch, and I was blown away how fucking awesome David Hess is in this. I mean, he's always awesome, but like he turned it up tenfold this fucking movie. I mean, he especially towards like the final act, like he becomes a twisted motherfucker and just really torturing this group of friends at this party. And this was a great time. Even like right away you get this graphic struggle snuggle scene the first like couple of seconds of the movie, and it really lets you know what you're in for.
You know who that is, don't you?
Who?
It's his real life. What was his real life wife?
In the opening scene. That's funny.
In the car.
So then it wasn't a crime.
Well,
yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the story too, like it's really well paced, and it doesn't really drag in any area. And I just love the twisted world of Alex and Ricky, and just plenty of perverseness throughout the movie too, and awesome fucking twist at the end that like I didn't see coming at all. So yeah, I really dug this a lot. It's probably one of my favorite, recently one of my favorite rape revenge movies I've watched, and it holds up really well, and it gets pretty fucking brutal. Like this isn't it's DEODATO doesn't disappoint when it comes to the graphicness of the rape scenes in this movie.
Yeah, I've mentioned before, this is part of the unofficial Last House trilogy with Last House, this, and Hitchhike. And that's all because they're similar themes, but I'm with you though. I do really like this. I mean, they took the brave choice. Why you got to do that to our hero at the end? But I'm going to let that go. This is. I don't see. It's hard for me to say I like it better than the first one because I think that combination of him and his music is something special. But I do love this one quite a bit.
Still makes very good use of music, though. I mean,
it does.
Horrific story, but you've got Sweetly playing in the background, which is I've always said this before, and I'm not the most knowledgeable guy when it comes to music, but the Riz Ortolani score for Cannibal Holocaust is probably my favorite. Just what a score. I think in this one, David Hess gets to show a little more range than he got to do in Last House on the Left.
He does.
Because there are moments where, I mean, as evil as he is, he does show a bit of a human side to him as well. And I think as an actor, he got a lot more to do. I can tell you, I mean, saying I knew him was a stretch, but I knew him a little bit. And had heard him talk like very candidly about some of these movies. He did not think highly of this at all. And I think that's a shame. He did like Hitchhike quite a bit. That seemed to be the one that he was a little more proud of in this trilogy. But I think there's a lot here. His relationship and his protective nature of Giovanni Lombardo Radice's character Ricky is I mean, again, like I said, it's a dirty, grimy exploitation film, but there is a lot more going on. You could kind of make of that relationship what you want to, but I think they're fantastic together in this movie. And you do feel sorry for Ricky at the beginning because, you don't, not knowing the full picture. I mean, they are being kind of dicks to him. It's pretty upsetting. And I don't know. I just think this is one that I've always fought for in the past. I think there's a little bit more going on than, people might care to look into. It is what it is. It's certainly, it's different from Cannibal Holocaust, but I mean, he didn't tone it down.
No, yeah.
He had to make this like pretty quick too, which we'll touch a little bit on Deodato's career tonight because we got a documentary to discuss later. But
I know you were all about Glenda too.
I'm
talking about.
What a career. And we're going to touch on all that later. But if you haven't watched this before, because I've had a lot of people ask me if this was worth picking up. I do think it's very well made. I don't think Deodato gets the credit he deserves with this movie. Obviously, there's a ton of politically incorrect stuff in the film. You have to remember it was made in 1980. So you can't be too sensitive about this. You obviously know what it is going in. But
if you are sensitive, you just might want to skip this one.
Yeah,
absolutely. But no animals bite the dust in this one. So there's that. And I think the finale is awesome. That twist.
Yeah.
Like you said, movies like this, though, I mean, they're usually pretty by the books. There's not always some fantastic twist to these films. I do think this has a little more going for it that might appeal to you. I mean, you have to have a bit of a taste for the extreme on the sexual violence front, which is obviously a big part of this movie. But I think it's great. I think it's one of the better acted exploitation movies out there, and I still think it's hilarious that David Hess's wife in this. That just blows my mind. Any other thoughts, guys?
I definitely do. I want to, because it is for the brand new Blu-ray.
Yes. Run down that a little bit.
I did compare it to the old Code Red one. Definitely looks much better. Colors pop a lot more. Black levels, I think I like the black levels better on the Code Red.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but just the black levels, and that's just a thing. Watching it projected makes it look a little different. And I'm not saying which one's right, but the winner, just because, not just because, it actually opens the frame up more. The other one, you're missing some information on all sides. I guess it was slightly zoomed. And this one, you actually get a little more information on all four sides. So that's a nice little bonus.
Yeah. And was anything ported over?
Off the top of my head, no, but that's because Code Red normally doesn't port. I'm trying to remember what was on the other one. I'm going to double check though while we talk.
There's no
I'm trying to remember.
Invisible door with Banana Man.
No, I'm trying to remember what was even on the old one. But I'm 90% sure it wasn't ported.
You have those old interviews from forever ago with like Hess and everything.
Oh, you know what? They were Shriek Show ones originally, so they might have been ported. And I'm gonna double check now that I'm thinking about it. So continue talking.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I wish Hess were still with us. I think his career should have gone a lot further than it did. I think he was an incredibly talented guy. He did come back and do some very low budget stuff like Nutcracker and in the 2000s, but for the most part, I mean, unfortunately, he didn't make a whole lot of movies. Smash Cut, I do want to throw that out there. Speaking of Shriek Show, for a newer movie that he had a lead role in, and I thought was really good. I really do miss him. I'm glad I got to go to that Chiller memorial, I guess you would call it. That was still my greatest convention memory of all time. I just thought that was just such a touching thing. I mean, Art Edinger was there. I remember Lewis Paul, his son, of course, and it was just really good guy. I hope he really knew how special he was to the fans, and just what an amazing talent he was, and fantastic musician, which is what he cared about the most.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, are we gonna rate it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go because I'm a 5. I mean, I love this one.
Again, obviously, you know what it's about. A lot of unpleasant stuff, but I do think this is an excellent exploitation movie, and I give it a 5 as well.
And I am a 4.5 out of 5.
Cool.
All right. I expect that to grow.
Yeah, there's definitely room to grow for this too.
I'm just joking, but I'm not. All right, Dan. What do we got up next?
All right. So next up is Ballad in Blood, a 2016 film from Deodato, which was his first feature-length horror film since 1993. And in this one, for his first film in 23 years, the legendary director of such Italian sleaze classics as Cannibal Holocaust, The House on the Edge of the Park, and Raiders of Atlantis explored a different breed of butchery inspired by the Perugia exchange student murder that shocked the world. After a wild night of sex, drugs, and clubbing, a young woman, her boyfriend, and his dealer pal wake to find her straight-laced roommate brutally murdered. But will what happens next reveal the most horrific secrets of all? All right, so Ballad in Blood. First, I hadn't watched this yet. I was very excited. I've known about it for a while, but hadn't been able to get a hold of it. Very happy to see Severin put it out. So this is going to be kind of a complex review for me.
Do I want to throw it out there real quick?
Mm-hmm.
This is streaming on Tubi too. If anyone wants to check it out, we'll let you know if it's worth it.
Absolutely. I'm kind of surprised this one's on Tubi's. Surprised.
It's been on there for a while. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to be honest. I love Deodato. This is not a great movie. Having said that, it is entertaining. It's an entertaining bad movie. From the very opening scene, this sort of catacombs sort of party that they've got going. I mean, you're just lots and lots of nudity in this. A lot of very, very politically incorrect stuff. Deodato still partying like it's 1980 in this movie. Again, man, I had fun with this, but it is bad. Every character is just completely ridiculous. Nobody's likable. You're not really rooting for anybody. Yet I'm laughing my ass off. The goth gang that is just absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, you're in for a wild ride when it basically opens up with a dude puking on a girl's tits. This is not going to be anything classy. This is not any like a sleek, stylish giallo or anything like that. We're getting something different. The thing that I probably liked the most about it was it seemed like everybody was having a good time making the movie. Where if you're watching a bad horror movie, sometimes you can skate by when you can tell that that they were just having so much fun. Deodato himself has a cameo. You could see how much fun he was having in that little cameo making this. There's a ton of eye candy again. Quite frankly, I don't think anybody's going to have any complaints about the ladies in this film. They are all beautiful, and it's the life force school of nudity here because it's pretty much nonstop. Not to focus on that too much, but to be perfectly honest, that's the strength. As a horror film, this is pretty weak. But I don't know. We also get that same song from House on the Edge of the Park, so there's some callbacks.
I did pop for that.
Yeah, I popped for that.
Am I being too brutal? Because that's all I can say. I was entertained. I wasn't bored by it. It just, as a horror film, it's not very good.
For me, you nailed it directly on the head.
Yeah,
not very good, but I was still entertained throughout. It's. A case is always made about the masters coming back and doing it again. And this kind of, I mean, we're not
it gave me I Spit on Your Grave deja vu vibes for sure. Like it felt like Mayor Zarki, when he came back and wrote and directed that piece of shit. Because I did not have fucking any fun with this at all. The only scene that did make me laugh was when I think it was the black dude. He stepped on glass and was like, "Big balls, big balls." That was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. Everything just seemed like, I think a lot of scenes just felt like super drawn out, and I would get bored with what was going on. And like by the end of the movie, I'm completely checked the fuck out and just want this thing to be over with. I love Deodato too. Cannibal Holocaust is one of my favorite films of all time, but this was really, really weak and not the type of movie I want to see from Deodato. I want to see something a lot stronger than this.
I think my favorite line was "Fuck you, Black Cat. Fuck you." I mean, again,
the dialogue's so bad.
No, it's horrible. It's horrible, but honestly, cleaning that up probably wouldn't have helped this movie because you will still probably have a pretty good time. If you're looking for a return to his glory days, that didn't happen here. It's probably not going to happen again. I know, probably over a decade ago now, he thought he was close to getting his own Cannibal Holocaust follow-up made. I can't remember if it was supposed to be a remake or a sequel at that point, but obviously it never happened. Watching this, I'm going to say it's probably better that didn't happen. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will also there's like warnings for everything on this show. There is some very racist humor in this. Like very wow, this would definitely not fly in an American film.
Pugs would be down with this movie.
I was going to say, Dad is very happy Pugs is missing this episode.
I am very happy that Pugs is not on this episode because goddamn. But man, I'm very now. As a film, I got to give this just a 1.5. I can't go any higher because it is it's a terrible horror film, but there are laughs to be had, and yeah, it's titillating, lots of nudity. So there you go, something. How about you guys?
I am a 1 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going between both of those numbers, but because I seem to like it more than Kruger and at least was able to have fun with it, I'm gonna go with 1.5 also.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's fair. I'm really curious, guys, in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this film, because I don't know. I kind of see a lot of people being, in, at least guys. This is not one for the ladies, but I think a lot of guys will have a similar, like, yeah, you know, I did laugh more than a few times, but I can't be any more generous to it than that. And it does kind of overstay its welcome too, and it's not a long movie, so you know. All right, that's Ballad in Blood. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about Deodato in general and this new documentary. It is on the Severin House on the Edge of the Park 3-disc Blu-ray, and it is also available separately elsewhere.
So yeah, in other countries, other territories right now.
Mm-hmm. It's a feature-length documentary called Deodato Holocaust, and this is just about the life and career of Deodato as told by him. So skipping around a little bit here, I just want to say I thought it was hilarious towards the end when obviously there was like a discussion, like I'm not going to talk about the animal controversy and Cannibal Holocaust, and they wait. You can tell it's like it's a rap sort of deal, and they ask him. And so you get to see Ruggiero and that Italian temper come out and like rip into this girl. It's like, you waited till the last minute to ask me about the damn animal stuff. I thought that was hilarious. Now he does answer that though, and he's answered it before. And I mean, I've always addressed that. I am an animal lover. I don't want to say it was a different time as though it was like okay, but
it was like, you know, even Friday the 13th has killed snakes and shit. Like
yeah, which is rarely ever talked about, and they did. So again, it was what it was at that time, and you know, again, he does have answers for it. You know,
and if it makes you feel better, they did eat the turtle and all the other stuff. It was like filming rituals that were going on.
And it's a different culture there. So
I think the fact that they ate everything is like, you know, what I see most justifiable thing. I mean, at least none of the animals went to waste. Now, I'm not saying it's right to be killing animals in your movie, but again, like, you know, 1980, it's a completely different time. And I mean, you look back at like even old 50s movies, like, you know, like the old Lost World, they had fucking like alligators and Komodo dragons ripping each other apart on the animal sets all the time.
Even worse, the Westerns, they used like big long wires and make all the trip the horses. Then they'd have to shoot them when they broke their leg.
That was like early Hollywood. Yeah, they'd kill horses left and right. But and again, I said this when Green Inferno came out, and obviously it was never going to happen in Green Inferno, but I was like, look, if Eli Roth killed a turtle like that, I would not watch the film, and I would speak out against it. And I'm not one to boycott shit, obviously, if you watch the show.
But what if it is in the same vein? He was out there filming what a tribe was doing, and like, well, you know what? This is going to be a great fucking shot. I'm filming it.
And that's kind of tough. I mean, it was still something that.
But let me ask you this: exact same.
And something's dying for entertainment value, which
but I mean that happens in documentaries all the time.
That's where I was
if he used pre-existing footage, like
that's what he's saying is like if he was filming like them just doing one of the rituals.
Yeah, again that.
Oh, he definitely gets shit for it, but
for sure.
Oh, it'd be the end of his career for sure. But Seed, which I don't know if anybody saw Seed, but that used
that
like
pacing scene.
actual footage. But it was, I think PETA actually approved of it. Like it was just using like horrible footage at the beginning of that movie. So yeah, again, complicated situation. He obviously, I mean, it obviously didn't ruin his career. He did several movies after that, but it did affect it. Like I think Cannibal Holocaust made him in a way, but he never really shed that either. That was just like, okay, this is it. This is what you're known for. Worked out better for him than the Serbian film director who hasn't done shit since then. I mean, he made a movie nobody will ever forget, but and he also Deodato also did a lot of Italian TV too. So
yeah,
but this is a Brazilian doc, the filmmakers that did this, and a lot of the footage is from like 2017, so pretty recent. It starts. What I liked about it was it starts at the very beginning of his career. When we think Fulci, obviously we're thinking, Zombie and The Beyond and so forth, but you don't hear about like some of the musicals he did or the comedies. Here it really goes right from the beginning, how it all started. He talks about meeting Ingrid Bergman and starting with Rossellini as an assistant director, and it chronicles a lot of his early stuff. He did 6 films as an assistant director for Rossellini, and also worked with Corbucci and a lot of just legends at the time. And his first big break was Hercules, Prisoner of Evil, that he actually ended up completing for Antonio Margheriti, who had to leave. I liked hearing more about that. Like when you think Deodato, it's like he did a whole hell of a lot more than just Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
And one of his big legacies is that not a lot of people know unless you really, follow deep dive into their careers, is that he was the one responsible for getting Franco Nero suggested to Sergio Corbucci to play Django. Because originally Mark Damon was cast in that role, which a lot of great Mark Damon movies, but safe to say Franco Nero was the right choice for that film.
Yeah.
What did you guys think? Did you learn anything you didn't know before from this doc? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's super informative, and like the whole time I'm writing down movies that I need to check out now because just there's so many little clips that they showed, and I was like, oh fuck, this looks so badass. I gotta see this now. Yeah, I mean, it's super informative. They went through like a deep dive into everything, which was really nice to see. And now I have like a bunch of Deodato films to watch now. So yeah, it was. I think it was one of the more informative like director documentaries I've seen recently too. Like they really cover everything.
Did you laugh at the ego coming out a little bit? Because I've heard some funny stories. And to be honest, if you watch a lot of these special features, there's some like definite jealousy between a lot of these filmmakers, and sometimes they lie about like the success of certain films or who started what trend.
Yeah,
I always really find it amusing visiting some of it. He certainly kind of considers himself the godfather of the Italian cannibal movie. Umberto Lenzi would obviously argue that. Not around.
I would kind of side with him on that too.
Yeah, Lenzi is the man that truly started that. I mean, paved the way for Deodato. And yeah, I just find that hilarious. A lot of them all were very competitive and had very strong egos. And if you go back on some of your Blu-rays, if there's some special features you haven't watched, you will pick out like these little like pot shots some of them make at each other. And I love Deodato. I love Lenzi. I love them all. I just I just always find that kind of hilarious to me. Yeah, I think here he was like he refused to talk about all those bad cannibal movies that other did. It talks a little bit. I was glad this wasn't just all about Cannibal Holocaust. They do run down a lot of the other things that he did, including Raiders of Atlantis, which what a wild premise that was. Just a really crazy ass movie. They also talk a little bit about trying to get House on the Edge of the Park 2 made, which I thought back then, I was like, you know what, that wouldn't be too difficult. I don't know exactly how you would go about getting David Hess back.
They were going to make a Last House on the Left too, so
yeah, it's.
I want supernatural David Hess coming back, entity style.
Or they would have just in Italian film, they just fucking ignore the ending.
This is true.
Just go with it anyways.
They took him to the hospital. He was fine.
Have you seen Cut and Run yet, Kruger?
Not yet. I need to though.
See that?
Well, that's why we're starting the director's series now.
Yeah.
That's the one with Berryman in it, right?
Yeah, Michael Berryman. There's a funny story from that movie where Berryman, of course, has to shoot something in the water, and he's like, is this okay? Is there, any animals in there that are going to hurt me? And Deodato's like, no, it's all good. Of course, he does the scene, then finds out from somebody later that there's like piranhas.
What the fuck?
And he got pissed and just grabbed Deodato and shoved him into the water. There was some funny stories about that one.
Yeah.
Probably on the Cut and Run Blu-ray. I don't know where I heard that. Probably there.
Yeah.
I like that they also run down some films like Body Count, some of the later films he did into the 80s, The Barbarians, which I'm a huge fan of. Those twins couldn't act worth a goddamn.
They made I just want to say, Homeless Jimmy, big fan of The Barbarians.
Maybe at Hellbound we can work something out like a celebrity thing. I don't want them to be in shape though. I want them to look like shit. I want it to be like a redemption thing. They're both they're just both like train wrecks, and Jimmy's a fan. Jimmy can be the Burgess Meredith and get them back.
Jesus.
Come for their tag titles.
Oh Lord.
Boom. Boom. Book it.
I like that they bring up the Dial Help and the Washing Machine, the two of his latest ones.
Yeah.
I love those two, and we'll talk about those in the future. And I
also
forgot
about passing on a young Uma Thurman.
No, yeah.
Something.
Oh, I can make a Weinstein joke on this, but never mind. I stopped it on the other show that's coming up.
Washing Machine was actually a movie a lot of people liked, but it had really shitty distribution. It was just always an issue. That movie's.
I didn't see it till I got the import DVD. See, 15 years ago now? I don't know. It's been a long ass time. 20.
Nobody knows that movie, and
it is streaming on Amazon Prime, or it was.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I'm double checking right now.
Yeah, I see that coming out, if not Severin, somebody hopefully.
Oh, I would love to see a VSA of that one.
That would not shock me one bit. He also shit talked a tour, Miles O'Keefe.
Oh yeah.
Who wasn't a great actor, but did. I met him. I have a signed tour poster in the library. He was nice. Didn't seem to have any idea where the hell he was, though, which was just the convention thing. I don't know if it was his first or I don't know.
No, it's no longer streaming on there, but you can rent it or buy it. It's only $5 to buy it in HD. Now I know there's an HD version. Jesus, I may have to buy it. Sorry, go ahead.
Docs, they could have gone on even longer and just highlighted everything, but you get a good mix who he is as a person. Oh, it is more of a career doc. I mean, it isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he touches briefly on like his childhood, but this is more a movie rundown. It's not Otto the man.
I did laugh when he said that during Cannibal Holocaust and House on the Edge of the Park, he was going through a divorce, and it really shows in his movies.
Yeah. That's why I love Temple of Doom the most, because you can see how Spielberg feels. I mean, he has the subtle metaphor of literally someone's ripping their heart out, but
yeah.
Not very subtle. Like literally, he's ripping his heart out.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of good with this being it for Deodato. Just like another Argento movie.
We did get one more, the shortened December.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah,
I don't remember which one it was now.
Which one
but
was it?
I'm trying to remember if it was one of the memorable ones. I kind of vaguely wasn't it.
All I remember is Crappy Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to forget. Crappy
I was like, oh, I got to watch it again this year since I just got that horror pack Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's like a 2.5 hour commitment.
But no, he still looks like he's in good shape. We don't have a lot of the Italian horror icons left now. They're almost all gone. So yeah, I hope he gets back maybe on the convention scene again. And I still fondly remember Italian Invasion from Chiller and getting to meet a lot of these guys. And I saw Deodato partying like in a pit with Sergio Martino.
That's awesome.
How fucking cool is that? I think Camille Keaton was there that year too. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, such great memories from Schiller. So high recommendation for this doc as well.
Yeah, that's 100% a 5-star. It's very informative. There was quite a bit I didn't know about some of the lesser known movies. It was really good.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So besides, what's like your favorite like lesser known Deodato flick?
Well, I got to be Dial Help. I mean, that's.
I like the Vandal stuff, so I do love Barbarians, but I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite. But
yeah, I haven't seen enough, so I'm looking forward to doing a deep dive now that we have all these movies to watch.
Yeah, his films were never lame.
Yeah,
I mean they're usually all fun.
He does have a short in the Profane exhibit too, which I know Unearth is putting out at some point.
Okay.
I hope that comes soon. I when they announced that, I was like, yes, because I was at the point where I was like, okay, I guess this really is just dead and never gonna come out. But I'm looking forward to that. I mean, god damn, that's over a decade now. Well over
2013.
Okay, yeah.
It feels longer though.
Yeah, it does feel longer because even before I think they shot anything, that was like, oh. I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, it's awesome that that's still coming. So anyways, guys, any closing thoughts?
No.
I'll do some pimping then. We've got some exciting giveaways coming up. You want to stay tuned to the channel for that. Some really, really cool.
Say the date.
666 episode on
January 5th.
January 5th. There you go. So January 5th is the date. 666. We're going to be giving away Witchboard poster, the original, Todd, which I'll let you explain that a little bit better because this is the one that was not used, and
it was going to be used up to the final minute, and then the producer was like, we want a different poster. And while I do like the new one, the other one I like more. It's a painting, and they just never got used. So the producer had 450 of the 500 posters that he gave me. So
basically, there's like only 50 out there, and you've got everything else.
Yes.
so yeah, that's a very rare poster, guys.
And I haven't sold any either, so I'll just say that.
There you go.
You can be one of the few that have it.
There you go. So
I won't be mad if you put it on eBay.
You want to get that giveaway before he sees the eBay listing and then doesn't. Yeah, you won't.
It's all right. I'll just sell one of mine if I see any others.
There you go. That will just automatically beat your price if you probably sell one.
Nah.
But yeah, we got that coming up. Also, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Tons of stuff up there, including an exclusive Christmas cruelty commentary track, which is awesome. You guys, that's up there right now. You can go check that out. You can we've got a lot of exclusive videos. It all starts at just $1, uncensored. Some really cool shit up there. Also, fleshwoundfeatures.com, which has links to our Teespring store where you can get some official Christmas cruelty merchandise, including this awesome t-shirt. I want to ride the fire truck. That is awesome. Wear it to Christmas dinner, wear it to church. Get that everywhere. Film the reactions. I'm sure the director will like that very, very much, and tag him on social media. We encourage that. Also, very active Discord, so get on there. Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Facebook group, Flesh Wound Radio on Twitter, and you can also follow us separately as well. So,
except on Instagram, Dan doesn't like pictures.
Except Instagram, but I'm working towards it. I am on the Discord.
He's working towards it. You just got to go log in with Facebook. Done.
Oh, that's all you do? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
you may have to put your email in or something like that.
Then maybe it'll happen sooner rather than later. I'll share.
That'll be our Christmas present. Dan joins Instagram.
There you go. Flesh Wound Only fans coming soon.
No, only Dan. So we already get that.
There you go. Trademark that shit. All right, guys. Hope you're having a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever the case may be. And we will see you back here soon. Don't miss any of our Slashmas episodes.
Currently on right now.
Yes. Good night.
Yeah, it's happy holidays.
Long live DEODATO.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.